All right, welcome to our first project of the school year, which is our Puzzle Cube project. High level overview of the project. Each of the students, you are provided 8 sets of 8 cubes, each set a different color. When you first get them, they're in sticks of 8 in a straight line. You must create 8 unique puzzle pieces to create an overall 8 by 8 puzzle. So if you look in the example in the lower right hand corner, you'll see a finished example. An additional couple constraints: each puzzle piece must include all 8 cubes of that color, and there can be no straight lines of more than 5 of the same color. So for example, if you look at the red, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. The blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. The yellow, again, it's only 5 in a row total, but really it's only 4 as far as the constraint goes. So this here is a good example. Do not make my puzzle, make your own. There's millions of combinations that you can work, and that is the overall project. So now on to how to go about working on this in Fusion. All right, welcome to the final video of the Fusion piece of the Puzzle Cube project. So here on screen you can see my puzzle piece. Again, each one of these is 8 cubes. They're all unique shapes. None of them is more than 5 in any direction. So you see the red 5, red, the white 5, blue has 5, etc. So yellow one is okay. It just they can't be 5 in the same row in one direction. So each one of these is a unique shape as well. So it meets the criteria. Since our last video, I've gone through and I've created each of my puzzle pieces. So just like we did in the last video where I created the dark green puzzle piece, which this is the one for the overall cube puzzle that I just showed you. So your folder at this point should have your original cube and your 8 assembled puzzle pieces. So engineering speak, we created a component, the cube, and then used that as a subassembly for each one of these puzzle pieces. Now we're going to use each one of these puzzle pieces as a subassembly to make the overall puzzle. So we're going to go ahead and click new to get a new file going. I already have one going, so we're going to close out that other one. First step we always do is save. We're making sure we're in our location. So I'm actually moved this from the video file to one of my classes. So 5th Bell IED, my class files, Puzzle Cube project, and we're going to go overall puzzle. So very similar to how we made the individual puzzle pieces, this is how we're going to do the overall puzzle. So the individual puzzle pieces were all inserting components of cubes. Now we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go to where I just was, 5th Bell, class files, Puzzle Cube project, and I've got them all labeled. So we're going to start with the black one. I'm good with where that is. I'm going to unground it so I can move it here in a bit. I'm going to insert the next one. I want the blue one. Insert. Okay, it's not grounded. Insert component. I'm going to go dark green. Make sure it's not grounded. Okay. Insert component. Light green. We're going to drag this one out the way just so it's not overlapping. I'm going to insert the next component, which is our orange. In this case, we're going to move it over here. Okay. We're going to insert the next one, which is the red one. Insert. Move it over that way. Hit OK. What else we got left? We've got white. We're going to move him over there. Okay. And then last but not least, there was a yellow one. So insert. Oh, so this one is spun. So a good thing to show you real quick. If I look at my arrows, I've got this little knob. I can rotate it so it's kind of oriented the same way. Then I can kind of move it over. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 puzzle pieces. So they're now all in the workspace. I'm going to change my view a little bit. I really don't need my layout grid anymore because now I'm just kind of assembling this all together. So if I look at my image again, we're just going to start in the corner. So the white one kind of goes up like kind of a backwards candy cane. And then the red one looks like an L. So we're going to, just like before, we're going to assemble and do joints. And then we're just going to pick any of those spots where those two combine or two connected. So I know that in the middle of that candy cane shape is where the top of my L or my red one was. There we go. So I wasn't able to show this in the last video, but you'll notice those two cubes overlap. So now if I hit flip, I can click OK, and you can see it snapped right in place. Now if I flip back over to my drawing or my picture, I've got the orange one kind of down here in the bottom corner. So, and it's the 3 tall goes to the bottom of the white candy cane kind of shape. So I press the J, or I could have pressed spacebar to pull my joint menu back up. And I said the top of the 3 one goes to the bottom of my candy cane shape. Oh, that didn't go where I wanted it. Let's try again. So we're going to spacebar. We'll pick a different spot. Sometimes they act a little weird. That one I know goes right here. And see, it's just kind of moving the sketches. Let's see if that will work. That works. Now, if for whatever reason it connected it wrong, I could just Control Z, or I can do the undo, and it would move it back. So undo, redo. All right, so now we've got 3 of 4. I believe my yellow one slides right in here, but let's just take a look. Yep, so it slides right in. So in this case, we're going to press spacebar again. I'm going to try to get this one right here. And I want that to go in right there. There we go. And again, you'll notice it only animated the 1 cube. Once I know that's in the right spot, I can click OK and everything will move in place. So now we're getting closer. We got the black, the green, that blue one, and that light green. So, all right. Now let's do the dark green. It kind of nests up in between the white candy cane and the red L. That 3 goes right next to the red right there. And that was the dark green. So again, just press the joint button. I pressed J, could have pressed spacebar. That slid in right where I wanted it to. Press OK. We're getting closer. All right, so now here in this, looks like that black one just slides right in like that. I'm just going to double check. Yep. So space to get my joint menu back up. I'm going to click on the bottom here, so we're going to zoom in. Nope. cancel. I want that. That's going to go right in there. It went the wrong way. Let's see. Okay. Yep, nope, that did not do what we wanted it to, did it? So we're going to undo that. Press the joint button again. Let's just stick with the side face. We want that to go right there. Perfect. There we go. We're getting very close. I want to say that kind of goes right there, and then this gets spun around and slots right in there. Yep, there we go. So again, spacebar to join, or to pull back up the join menu since it was the last thing we did. Left click on one of those cube faces. We got the bottom of that one. We want that one to go right there. It went the wrong direction, so... And it did it wrong again, didn't it? Yep. All right. Try again. Click on the bottom. There we go. Alright, so now we've got 7 of the 8 puzzle pieces connected. Last one, pull that joint menu back up. Click there. That one goes right there. There we go. And it's kind of upside down versus how we had it originally. So let's see. So now we got them all. We're just going to go ahead and click and rotate this around and try to get it to look three-dimensionally like my picture real quick. There we go. So to spin it around, I just did move or copy. Click that button. Click on one of the cubes since they're all combined and joined together. If I spin one, it spins them all. So there we go. Going to click OK. Bring this picture back up. And there we go. It looks accurate. So we got the white piece candy cane, we got the red L, we got that orange little kind of stair step, that yellow snake looking piece maybe, this black piece, light green, that kind of lopsided T and blue, and then that green one. So yep, all the pieces look good. They're all assembled in the right place. As if I do move and copy and I drag one, the whole thing moves, so they're all joined together. So from a grade standpoint, this would be a perfect example of the completed puzzle cube. So go ahead and work on yours. If you get stuck along the way, come and see me, come ask questions. If you're working on this online, drop me a comment, and happy to connect and help you out, see where you went wrong and what you can do to fix it. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, one last thing. I pressed stop a little bit too early. wanted to clean up the way this looks, so you've got a lot of things visible here. So if I go down to my navigation pane and click on the display settings view, if I go to object visibility, I can get rid of a couple things to make this look a little bit cleaner. So if I get rid of my joints, all those little joint icons disappear. If I click on sketches, so some of my sketches were visible, some of them weren't. Those are the little squares everywhere. If I click on that, they all disappear. I can also, let's see, anything else to help clean this up? I think. There we go. Those were the two things. Get rid of the sketches, get rid of the joints. Now it's a little bit cleaner look. You can see all the individual cubes. You can see exactly how they lined up. Not necessarily as transparent anymore, so it's not as odd looking with those the sketches still visible, or as busy with all the joints visible. So again, it didn't change anything other than just the way it looked. I can grab a block, I can spin it, everything is still connected. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in our next project. Thanks all.